I now invite the floor questions from the floor from our Japanese friends who are present here today.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, for your kind presentation. And my name is Hiroshisa Miyata from Marubeni Corporation. I'm responsible officer for infrastructure business. And this morning, we had a presentation from your honorable ministers how to activate the public works and transportation industries. And I guess Marubeni, thank you very much. And for Marubeni, last year, we have closed the transaction of Pagura 3 with your audience of inauguration last September. And luckily, we are closed financing on the regional banks only, consortium only. But having a huge demand of infrastructure investment into your countries, I understand that not only regional bank, but the international bank's involvement is necessary. And if we consider that our revenue is peso currency, then international bank may be reasonably motivated or protected some kind of mechanism. But do you think that foreign international banks opportunity will be huge for infrastructure of business in Philippines? That kind of things.
May we first thank the very able interpreter who had to translate rather quickly and efficiently the speech that we had. We want to entertain as much questions as possible. But for this particular question, may I refer the question to the Secretary of Finance for the response.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good morning. One of the big accomplishments during the Aquino administration is the fact that the Philippines has established macroeconomic stability. Price stability and as well as currency stability has been accomplished because of the good governance agenda of the President as well as the able management of our central bank. We've also been able to increase the capacity of the local banking system. As a result, the single borrowers limits of banks in infrastructure was temporarily extended. But at the same time, with their increasing sizes, they are now able to accommodate more infrastructure projects. Nevertheless, the President also decided that to open up more bridges to investments from abroad, we liberalized the banking system. In fact, 4 banks have been approved so far, the first one being Sumitomo Bank of Japan. So that should offer additional financing access for infrastructure projects. We've been also able to attract a fund led by Macquarie in joint venture with GSIS that is intended to invest in infrastructure financing. So if I understood your question correctly, is there enough pool of resources within the Philippines to fund infrastructure? So far, we have not seen any issues in terms of funding. Now, as we launch more PPP projects, we also are looking at issuing infrastructure bonds. This is to mobilize Philippine savings for longer-term investment, particularly infrastructure. We've also been mobilizing insurance money for purpose of infrastructure investment. Now, if there is a currency mismatch between your financing and your revenue flow for local infrastructure, I think there are facilities that can be had locally, including from the government. The issue now is whether the regulatory entity will allow for foreign currency adjustment. In the case of power, that is dependent on the Energy Regulatory Commission. But I think if you they're reasonable enough that if you build a business case, in some cases they have allowed that. Now, for outside ERC, we've approached it several ways. Now, for example, in some PPP projects, the component where there is a JICA cost is done by the government. So the foreign currency risk is with the government. Then the civil works is done by the private sector.
Thank you very much, Secretary Purisima. Any more questions, comments? Yes, Mr. Kawasaki.
Thank you. Before asking a question, I have to thank Honorable Secretary Prishima for mentioning our company's name in your speech. I am Yasu Kawasaki from Sumitomo Mitsui Banking Corporation. And I'd like to congratulate on a great achievement in very much high growth in economy, especially in the time when other Asian countries are struggling in a difficult environment and the circumstances. My simple question is future, meaning to say that if there is any chance, possibility for your country to change your law to ask you to continue your presidency, or if not, how would you ensure the great initiatives and great policies, including infrastructure, to be continued going forward? That's my question, sir.
Thank you for the question. It is indeed a great privilege to lead our people. I'm very proud wherever I go to lead really what I believe is really such a great race. Having said that, our history showed us that we had a president who ran for the maximum 2 terms and who decided he didn't want to vacate the office. And that is not unique to the Philippines. There are other countries that have had to undergo the same. We believe that if we continue in office, we open the term limits. There might become a time that somebody might try to replicate that experience, and very disastrous for our country and our people. So rather than risk, there are gains, but the risk is, I think, too high. Therefore, when there were moves to amend the Constitution to allow for a 2nd term, I decided to say, please, don't do that, to ensure the stability of the country. Now, continuity. We in our party, the Liberal Party, are espousing a shift from personality-oriented politics to issue-oriented politics. So in next year's campaign, the primary message of our party is continuity. And we believe that our countrymen who are reaping the benefits of good governance would not want to backtrack on the direction we have taken. And they will ensure that the person who can convince them that there will be continuity is the person who will replace me. So at the end of the day, it was our people who gave me the opportunity to serve them and to effect these changes. They will be the greatest guarantee that the path that we've taken will be continued. And may I add, we think it will be higher because they will be starting at a higher level. Thank you.